Hey, what's going on, Guardians? Narlord here, and we're back again for another This Week at Bungie. Today we've got This Week at Bungie from DMG. So it's kind of a long one, so we're going to go and just hop right into it. So, This Week at Bungie, we are but days away from the launch of the Witch Queen. We're finally here, the last Twab before the Witch Queen. Over the last few weeks, we've been touching on new systems arriving on February 22nd, picking through some quality of life changes for the rituals you engage with, and even spending some time with the team in a full-length vidoc to set the stage for what's coming. We have a few topics left to cover, but only a few days stand between you and the next chapter of Destiny 2. Season of the Lost is wrapping up this week. No better way with the final mission to tee up our next expansion. Have you played through it yet? No? Well, get in there. We know the Witch Queen is coming, but this is a fun close to the season that you won't want to miss. As a note, the team has been investigating a few issues with the activity since we went live. You may need to play through it a few times for the quest to complete, and we ask that if you are matchmaking in, please do not skip the cutscene. Outside of that, we also have an exotic ship to cap off the season that will be distributing at a later date to players who own Season of the Lost. Stay tuned for updates. If you've completed the mission and already reading this, Twab, I'd assume you're gobbling up every bit of information you can before the release. Have you seen the launch trailer yet? I hope so. If not, let's take a moment to roll the tape and listen to some slick music. If you'd still like to go in completely spoiler-free, this is your final warning. All right, guys, so yeah, a couple days ago, Bungie released probably one of the best-looking trailers I've ever seen. I mean, I'll tell you, like I said it before, and I'll say it again. They know how to build skyboxes, and they know how to build hype, man. They are doing a hell of a job with this. So, the trailer is right here. If you want to go ahead and take a look, it is pretty damn cool. It showcases a bunch of the new stuff, all the new Void 3.0, and even get to see a little bit of the new raid. I'm interested to see who that raid boss is, because, you know, personally, I think we're going to be fighting Savathun, but I mean, I don't know. Could be Taniks again. You know what I mean? So, all right, continuing on here. So, truth be told, I've been replaying this trailer in my head for the last week or so. What does it all mean? Well, we'll all find out next week when the expansion goes live. If you're looking for just a little bit more video content to watch, we also released a fun mini vidoc exploring the creation of the glaive, the new weapon type in Destiny 2, the Witch Queen. All right, so there's also a second video here, and it basically just goes over the glaive and the production behind it, and it's pretty cool. Quite a bit went into making it, especially since it's first person and all that good stuff. So if you get a chance to take a look, to watch that video right there. All right, it's been a pleasure to get the team to talk out loud about their beautiful creations. I've said it before, but they really do make magic out of math. Multiple teams collaborating through conversation, code, and ridiculous amounts of talent to create the weapons and worlds that you enjoy in Destiny 2. For our final Twab before launch, we have a few goodies in store. The team will be running us through upcoming changes and tuning it to Gambit. We'll take a quick glance through patch notes for a final preview, an updated Twitch emblem coming next week, and a fun Steel Series partnership talk through. Let's get to it. I really need to find a better way to transition from Twab intros, don't I? No, DMG, you do just fine. All right. Time for Gambit. Drifter's hungry. No, not for Hive, but for the spotlight. Well, maybe for some Hive too. But let's focus on gameplay. As we continue to improve and iterate in the ritual of Destiny 2, Gambit is taking center stage. This isn't a teardown and rebuilding of an existing mode, but a moment for our teams to realign on goals and how we are serving up the goods to our players. A few months back, the development team walked through our first ritual update focused on Trials of Osiris. When you look at it, there weren't numerous changes, but targeted piece of tuning and adjustments to push a healthier experience. Ingram focusing and Trials ranks were introduced to help players earn that sweet piece of loot they always wanted, even if they weren't running or winning many matches. Minor changes to passages and matchmaking were made to help get more players into Trials. Freelance and Labs weekend continue as we gather valuable data to inform the future of the mode. At the end of the day, Trials is still elimination and Saint is still a badass. With Gambit or any mode we may update in the future, you can expect a similar approach. All right, so today, principal designer Alan Blaine will be joining us to break down our goals for Gambit and what changes the team is making to get us to where we want to be. So, Alan here says, when we added Gambit back in Forsaken in the fall of 2018, was it really 3.5 years ago? Yes, time is flying by. I keep thinking it's still 2020. We were closing a gap in Destiny Pursuits. We had a lot of places in the game to shoot aliens in the face, or juice box, as they call it there. And we had places where you could face off against other Guardians, but we had no place where you could face off against other Guardians by shooting aliens in the face. Fundamentally, Gambit is a PvP, they say horde mode, firefight mode, culminating in a race to kill the boss first. Meanwhile, you can throw small and large roadblocks in front of the other team racing you, or be the roadblock by invading opponents, powered up by and loaded for bear. So they say horde mode here. That makes me think they're maybe a horde mode here. I know we've been asking for one for literally forever. Hope one comes to the game, but at this point, who knows? So later that year, we added Gambit Prime, a souped-up Gambit with armor-based player roles, and then it really didn't change much for a couple years. With Beyond Light, we streamlined both versions into what Gambit is today, combining some of the best parts of the original Gambit and Gambit Prime without attempting to transform the mode or address much of the feedback Gambit had generated over the years. Over the last few months, we've taken a pass on Gambit to address the feedback and realign the mode with many of its original goals. So, ultimately, we believe it is important that in Gambit, you can showcase both your skill in fighting in Destiny and the variety and focus of your arsenal. It should be just as inherently fun and rewarding to shoot aliens in the face in Gambit as it is somewhere else. A good invader should be able to turn the tide of a match, but a good invader should be no more important than any other equally skilled team member. A good invader does not have to mean a PvP god loaded up with the best tracking one-hit kill weaponry. I'll tell you right now, it does feel like that. If you got a good invader, you're pretty much set to win that Gambit match. So I'm interested to see what they say here, as we continue. Players defending against invaders should have ample tools to fight invaders without worrying about using up ammunition dealing with tougher enemies, and players should have methods for recovering from devastating invades. It should be rare that a match is out of your hands as a player and that the outcome is preordained early in the match. Work together with your team to overcome tough enemies. The primeval, a high-valued target, or an invader should feel as gratifying as a hard nightfall. Well, good luck, because have you played Proving Grounds? Or Glassway? Jesus. While we don't always hit those marks, Gambit has a healthy and stable population. Ultimately, we want to make Gambit more appealing to a wider audience by addressing points of player feedback and improving upon what exists without changing the core nature of the mode. Our hope is that this leads to more players engaging for longer. So upcoming changes fall into 5 categories here. So core activity, ammo economy, primeval tuning, invasions, and rewards. So start us off here is core activity changes. These changes are all about enhancing teamwork or making the mode easier to play and understand. All right, so it looks like, oh, look at that. Holy crap. Gambit is getting a freelance mode. Okay, so that's going to be pretty dope. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't really love Iron Banner personally. I'm not much of a PvP player, but when they added that freelance for Iron Banner and freelance for Trials, I thought that saved it for me. So this could be pretty cool. It's going to be kind of nice running into Gambit by yourself and not having to go up against a 4-stack. That is a hell of a change right there. So freelance node added. We think it's important for players to feel like they always have a chance at winning, and we see over and over again that the full stacks of friends or clanmates have a significant advantage over groups of solo matchmade opponents. The mode we have added, freelance nodes to Iron Banner, Glory, and Trials of Osiris, all feel like they ended up with more balanced matches more often. As they increased, then they split up the matchmaking pools. So that is the one concern that I've got, but it looks like here they're investigating ways to remove the need for freelance nodes that split the population, and hope we have something free later on the year, or later in the year for this. So yeah, that is the one thing. When you add the freelance node, it does split the population up, but I think it makes for just better matches overall. So in the meantime, the ability to queue for Gambit freelance should be very useful. Rotating seasonal selection for curated encounters starting in February 16th. In Classic Gambit /Prime, you got a randomly selected encounter from the list of 3 of each enemy race on each map. And Beyond Light, due to production issues, we're only able to bring one of the 3 variations forward into the new activity. Those issues have been fixed. We are now bringing the missing variations forward. Playing with a single variation for race/map over the year led us to an interesting observation. It's fun to know that Hive on Pacifica means, oh god, those shrinkers, and to learn the spawns and master them over time. Maybe not interesting for the entire year, but we think it'll be interesting to have a set of rotation spawns for a season, and over those 3 months, really master each encounter. So no more shrinkers on Pacifica for now, but they will be back later in the year. All right, so I know I've died from those shrinkers a few times. Goodbye. You won't be missed. Respawn points added to all fronts, sections of the maps where enemies could cycle in or out. It can be frustrating to always have to run all the way from the backfield after spawning after you are able to help teammates fight the invader, collect motes, drop motes, etc. It can also be very frustrating as an invader to always spawn at the same location on the same map multiple times in a row, or to have the invader camp the entrance to avoid confrontation. More respawn points spread throughout fronts should help you get back to the action faster and provide for less predictable spawn points during invasions. Players always drop half the motes they were carrying when they were defeated. These can be picked up by anyone, including invaders. Invaders can also drop their motes now too, so they drop more motes, it looks like. This makes recovering from a ruthless invade or bad luck fighting enemies a little easier. Players can be revived by other players 2 seconds earlier, and auto respawn is delayed 2 seconds. We want to emphasize the reward teamwork as much as possible, bringing your teammate back and saving them a run now is even easier. Okay, this change should reduce the frustrating moments of teammates being forced to respawn as you're halfway through the revive interact. When your teammate dies and you run to grab their drop motes, stop for a second and revive them, will you? Actually, I don't know if that'll actually happen, especially in freelance. I think people are pretty much out for themselves, so we'll see. However, it will be interesting to see what happens in regular Gambit. The revives. So all shields have increased resistance to non-matching damage types. While not as severe as match game resistance in Nightfalls, we wanted a way to promote build crafting and teamwork. Rules of Gambit node added to the launch screen, and numerous Gambit-specific hints have been added to the load screen. Gambit can be a bit opaque to newcomers, so this should give them a leg up. Okay, so next section here is blockers, draining, and the bank. So while we didn't do any drastic adjustments here, we have a few tweaks, and we think will increase interesting decisions, both with setting and battling blockers, and hopefully removing the feeling of helplessness as you pour ammo into 3 knights as all your motes drain away. Okay, so changes to the blockers here is the 10 mote phalanx blocker has its health boosted a little bit. While they are good positional challenge with their shield and knockback, we felt like they weren't quite tough enough for the mote cost compared to the knight, so we increased their health a little bit. Okay, so 15 mote knight blocker gains a stasis attack. Thank God, I'm so tired of fighting that damn thing with the fire. We originally planned to pull its health down some as we felt it was a little too beefy for 15 notes, but with the ammo changes below, we didn't find the current health onerous in playtesting. We did think they could be more tactily interesting with a stasis attack, without necessarily making them more deadly or harder to kill. Mote draining for multiple blockers continues even if the opposing team is in primeval phase. This will help the team that is behind get to the primeval a little quicker. It's never felt great to send over 4 blockers only to have the enemy team ignore them, all while still being severely behind. This also gives the team in a lead a little bit more of an incentive to kill blockers during the primeval phase. All right. Mote drain is pause if a player is near the bank and engaging blockers. Oh, okay. So if you're fighting the blockers, your motes stop draining. So, you know, back, I don't know, I'm sure you guys have had it happen where you're fighting a knight, and like this thing says up here, you're, absolutely just draining primary ammo into it, and the thing's just not dying. So it never feels great to have your motes draining while you're that's what I literally just said. All right, so ammo economy. All right, our goal with these changes is to make more predictable and equal baseline for special and heavy ammo among all players. We'll be watching both feedback and analytics around ammo gain and usage rates, and we'll continue to make tweaks if these aren't enough to make fair matches. So when completing a front, a chest containing a small amount of special and heavy ammo spawns in the middle of the front and can be looted once by each player. It times out after 20 seconds after the initial interact, so you can't dilly-dally. All right, so you hear that, folks? After the first person hits it, 20 seconds and it goes away. Killing a high-value target spawns 1 normal heavy brick for each player. During the primeval phase, ammo chest spawns in one of the fronts every 60 seconds. This replaces the regular front ammo chests, but you still need to find the time to go grab it. Limited special and heavy ammo bricks only spawn from enemies if you have finder mods equipped. Other ammo, exotics, and perks like Aeon Colt still work. Okay, so the next section here, the primeval fight. The primeval fight is the ultimate challenge in Gambit. It should feel like an epic boss fight to be long enough for the opposing team to get off some invades or to counter some strong DPS. It should have more to do than simply burning the boss as quickly as possible and turn in place and kill every envoy once in a while. Its mechanics shouldn't be complex, but should require about as much tactical play as a high-end strike boss. Okay? So let's see what they say here. Primeval health and Slayer stack bonus returned. So burning the boss after 3 rounds of envoys should be just as easy as it is now, but burning him after just 1 or 2 rounds should be significantly more work. Okay. Envoys now spawn with friends out of the fronts rather than in the bank area. Okay. They have reduced health and are no longer affected by Slayer stacks and have varied elemental shields. Killing the envoy to get Slayer stacks will require movement, dealing with the envoy's protectors, and dealing with the elemental shield. Envoys put an invulnerability shield on Primeval. You must kill kill them both to remove it and damage the primeval, forcing your teammate to go out and invade. Envoys respawn at 30% of the primeval damage done, and this increases by 10% every envoy respawn. The envoys stop spawning after the 5th spawn. The primeval servitor boss is removed since its custom shielding mechanics conflicted with the new mechanics. The Malfeasance quest starts on the first primeval kill. Okay, cool. So now if you guys want to get the Malfeasance, there you go. With the tuning changes above, the moats phase is significantly quicker and the primeval phase longer. You should expect matches to be just about as long as they are now, but we will be watching just to make sure they aren't too short or too long. In the last section here, it looks like invasions. As you said above, a good invader should be able to turn the tide of a match, but a good invader should be no more important than any other equally skilled team member. We don't want a single good invader to completely dominate match outcome, and they certainly can right now. However, we still want a good invader to be able to delay a strong PvE team for finishing off the primeval. Level advantage is now disabled for invader PvP. It's actually been off since the start of Beyond Light. Surprise! All right, one of the moat phase of invasions has been removed, so invasions now trigger at 40 and 80 moat thresholds. Sick. All right, primeval phase invasions are unchanged. Invasions can no longer be saved up. Use it or lose it, pal. When invader can no longer see how many moats enemy players are carrying, and player nameplates fade out when the invader is aiming down their sights. Okay, so that's nice. So it says here, you can still see players through walls, just not while you're engaging your rocket tracking or using your sniper rifle. So they're not going to be able to tell when you're going to be popping out of cover, and then also when they're aiming down sights, the nameplates go away. That was the biggest thing. The seeing through walls thing isn't too big of a deal for me, I don't think, but it's the nameplates that really just give that away. And then also them taking away the moats above your name, that's pretty dope. You're going to be able to, if you got 15 and you get invaded, like, that guy's coming for you. You know what I mean? So we found a bug with how the primeval heal affected was being applied, which, depending on the sequence of and timing of kills, would heal the primeval for somewhere between 5 and 35%. Essentially, short story here, it looks like. We fixed it, and the invader kills now heal the primeval exactly 27% every time. This sounds like a lot, but it's actually less than the optimal amount prior. We will be watching feedback and analytics very close on this one, and will retune as necessary. Oh, sorry. Now we have next section is rewards. So, looks like we get to focus engrams. Well, look at that. Damn. All right, cool. So, Gambit is the second of the core rituals after Trials of Osiris to get comprehensive engram focusing. So, focusing, you can focus the Gambit engram into either Gambit armor or Gambit weapons for 10,000 Glimmer and 50 legendary shards. Gambit weapons include Crowd Pleaser, Bottom Dollar, Trinary System, Borrowed Time, and Servant Leader. Brand new Gambit weapons will be drop only for a single season, and then they are available for focusing. Oh, that's unfortunate. We expect to expand Drifter's focusing options further during upcoming seasons. Other Drifter changes, Bygones, Trust, and Bad Omens have been removed from the vendor. In match drops, there is a Gambit memento for weapon crafting that can drop after the match. Okay. Older Gambit shaders now have a small chance to drop at the end of the match as well. That'll be pretty dope. Anyone who missed those. And then also, it looks like the weapon crafting, so that's going to be dropping at the end of the match. That's probably why they're not adding the new ones to the new weapons to this crafting screen. Yeah, so that'll be pretty interesting. Primeval Servitor Cosmetics can Primeval Servitor Cosmetics can now drop at the end of the match. The Furtive Shell Ghost can now drop at the end of the match as well. So, yes, you can expect more rituals to get this treatment throughout the year, but we do not currently have a specific date to share with you just yet. Stay tuned. The future of Gambit Labs. More about Gambit. Wow, a lot about Gambit today. There are a few things eagle-eyed readers might notice are missing above the above. Don't fret, we do have a timeline for future changes. So, more changes here. The daily Gambit bounty objectives are generally fine, but some of the repeatable bounties have some onerous completion requirements. We're taking a pass on these, though they won't all come at once. Sometimes this season, we will be adjusting the completion amounts for most Gambit repeatable bounties. Weapon kill drops from 25 to 15, melee and grenade kills from 25 to 5, and super kills from 15 to 10. Okay, it'll be faster to get those bounties done. In Season 17, we'll be making additional tuning changes, and we'll be adding these 3 new bounties. Throughout the year, we will be also adding bounty specific to Light 3.0 updates. Very dope. All right. Gambit Labs Invasion Edition. We also have a couple of Gambit Labs that play with some of the core invasion concepts. These will run for 1 week each and will take over the base Gambit nodes. Okay. Invasion Swap. This lab variation plays around with who gets the benefit from triggered invasions. During moat phases, instead of opening your own invasion portal at 40 and 80 moats, you instead open your opponent's invasion portal. Interesting. Okay. We expect this to completely disrupt the accepted meta for how and when to deposit and invade. We're looking forward to seeing the clever strategies and counter strategies with how you develop this. Moat Thief. Fundamentally, the original concept of the invader was Guardian as taken terror, overpowered and dangerous, something new to have to fight. While that is very compelling, we don't believe that this is the only compelling invader fantasy. We believe that sneaky Moat Thief is worth exploring too. Maybe there are more. Normal moat drain from having 2 blockers is disabled. Instead, every second the invader is invading, 1 moat drains directly from your bank to the invader's bank. Okay, so interesting. So it looks like on this Moat Thief one, the invader's going to just hide, and we're going to have to find him. And then Invasion Swap, we get to choose when the actual portal opens. So we have to bank to get the, to spawn the Primeval. But we get to choose when we actually deposit those moats. So what about Trials? So what's next? Fear not, Trials fans. While our main focus on Season 16 is Gambit, we will still have some fun changes planned. As we discussed earlier this season, we are going to continue to liberally schedule Capture Zone and freelance weekends as well as a few reputation updates coming. So you can click there if you want to know more about the reputation updates. For Season 16, we are moving to schedule 7 maps for the season, one of which you will get to decide. Oh, okay. Expect a survey to come out in the next few weeks to vote on the final map. Interesting. I wonder what those. I wonder what that is. Okay, look forward to voting. We'll also have some adept reward changes coming from from Season 17. We'll preview those later in the season. What's next, you might ask? We are still ironing out the details, so we don't have anything to share today. Not even a lore drop. However, we are planning to make the next 4 seasons of Iron Banner seasons a banner year for rituals, and we hope our Season 17 plans will spark joy for everyone. We hope all Guardians that love or fear Gambit give the mode a try once the Witch Queen launches. We've really enjoyed playtesting, and we're going to be listening to your feedback and making adjustments. All of my friends and a lot of people that I talk to on here just do not like Gambit, and personally, I enjoy Gambit. It's not the first thing that I reach for that I actually want to go do, but I don't mind it. I don't really enjoy the invading part, but I do enjoy the waves of enemies part. So I look forward to trying this new the new changes, and see kind of how it goes. So final patch note preview. Here's a quick roundup of patch notes for next Tuesday. Think of this as a kitchen sink of patch notes, a little bit of everything. So. Look at the armor here. Is that new armor? Interesting. Okay. Ritual rewards. Starting with the Witch Queen. Ritual playlist rewards will be updated to grant ritual-specific gear, weapons, mods, and armor, and no longer be granting rewards from the general world pool. Crucible will grant Crucible gear, Vanguard will grant Vanguard gear, and Gambit will grant Gambit gear. Okay. Ingram focusing is currently only available on Saint 14 and the Drifter for the ritual-specific Ingrams. World Ingrams will continue to be granted at major ranks on ritual vendors just for a little variety. Gambit, Crucible, and Vanguard rituals are receiving updated armor rewards for the new expansion releases. These share the same base appearance, but have slight differences in decals and coloring to represent each ritual. Okay, so these are the new armor sets. So look at these bad boys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really digging the the hunter here. As a warlock main, I'm really digging that hunter. All right, returning Crucible maps. So Eternity and Vostok return to the Crucible on February 22nd. Crucible players rejoice. Eververse, no changes. Wait, what? Seriously? Yeah, there are no systemic changes to Eververse. There will be new cosmetics items available for Silver and Bright Dust, but no systematic changes to the experience. Okay. But what about Bright Dust? Any changes to how much players will be earning? There are no changes to Bright Dust acquisition or totals compared to that of Season 15. Players will continue to earn Bright Dust from seasonal challenges, repeatable bounties on specific vendors, and through the Season Pass. Please note, this week brings the final drop of 700 Bright Dust in celebration of our 30th anniversary. Make sure to redeem this offer in the Eververse storefront before it's gone. And holy crap, look at this new armor. This is the Eververse armor for the season. The Hunter looks awesome. I gotta say, the Warlock looks absolutely killer. I can't wait to get that dress. Man, that looks fantastic. The gauntlets. The Hunter has like these little eyebrow-looking things. Titan's got like a Cyclops from X-Men vibe going on, and the Warlock's head's like on fire. Yeah, this thing looks... I can't wait to pull this on. That looks great. All right, so picture of the new Universal Armor sets available through Eververse starting on February 22nd. Very, very cool. So those will drop and be for sale with Bright Dust from Eververse. So, all right, Season Pass changes. High stat seasonal armor has been reintroduced. Individual pieces are awarded between ranks 57 and 87. Legendary Ingrams have been replaced with focused Umbral Ingrams, 5 in total, each focused to a different armor piece, arms, legs, chest, class, and head. All Umbral Ingrams are Tier 2. The Season Pass emblem has been removed, but we have introduced a Season Pass Sparrow. Okay. If it's exotic, I'll use it. If not, no. The Season Pass Scrounger bonuses which increase seasonal weapon armor drop chances and ritual activities, have been overhauled. All right, here are the new changes to the Scrounger bonuses. The weapon Scrounger bonuses are no longer separated by weapon type or ritual activity. They now apply to both Season Pass legendary weapons and all activities at once. 2 weapon Scrounger bonuses instead of 6. The first bonus grants a player a small chance to receive a weapon from ritual activities. The second bonus gives an improved chance. Total drop chance is unchanged from previous seasons. The Armor Scrounger bonuses are no longer separated by ritual activity, and now it applies to all activities at once. 1 Armor Scrounger bonus instead of 3. Like the weapon, the total drop chance for each armor piece is unchanged. Aside from the emblem, no items have been removed from the Season Pass, only added. A number of rewards, such as Glimmer or Legendary Shards, have been consolidated to make room for high-stat armor. We can all use that. A small amount of upgrade modules have been added. The order some rewards are acquired has been tuned to accommodate the above changes. All right, so on the Shattered Throne Thrallway here, it looks like they're essentially just taking this away. Well, it's still going to be there, but they're not going to have no Glimmer, no Ingrams, and no XP. From the Thrallway. As players begin to craft weapons and level up their Season Pass on February 22nd, we want to ensure gameplay rewards are earned by playing and completing activities, bounties, or just hanging out with friends on patrol while defeating minions in the darkness. And then final change here, looks like boss stomps are getting changed. Adjusted the physics knockback for boss stomps. This should result in fewer deaths from being knocked into objects. I don't know how many times I've died from the Architects. Just this week. Probably at least 3 of them. 4 or 5 deaths. Yeah, about 4 or 5 deaths. Next week, we'll have a full round of patch notes available for you to read through. Time is currently TBD, but our goal is to give you just some light reading before launch. Sick. All right, Steel Series Destiny Collection. All right, so this is the new Steel Series mouse pad, and it looks like mouse and a new headset. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Grab that if you like it. Long live the Queen, the Twitch subscription bounty. So looks like we got a whole new bounty right here, folks. Essentially, this is from back when we did the Twitch subscription bounty. So if you gifted 2 subs, you got the new emblem. That's the new one right here. This thing looks pretty damn cool, I'm not gonna lie. And it looks like we're gonna have with the release of the Witch Queen, we felt it would be fun a fun time to introduce a new emblem. So starting at 9 a.m. on February 22nd, completing the Witch Queen sub bounty will reward players the Long Live the Queen emblem. Sick. This can be collected from Amanda Holiday in the Tower once available. Make sure your bungie.net account is linked up. This is a big thing people were upset about. Make sure you go to this link right here. Make sure your stuff's all linked up, and then stay tuned for announcements of availability. All right, get out of my swamp. Looking for preload times, general expansion launch support. Destiny player support is on tap to guide you through our final descent into madness. If you're a PlayStation 4 player, we have some very important news for you as we approach launch day. So, this is their report. Witch Queen release schedules. To prepare for the launch of the Witch Queen on February 22nd, Destiny 2 will undergo scheduled downtime from 6:45 p.m. PST on February 21st to 9 a.m. on February 22nd. Below is scheduled time for releases. On February 21st at 6:45 p.m., Destiny 2 is brought offline. February 21st at 6 p.m., preload for update 4.0.0.1 will be available on all platforms. February 22nd, 9 a.m., Destiny 2 will be brought back online. Update 4.0.0.1 will be playable on all platforms and regions. And then February 22nd, 10 a.m., Destiny 2 maintenance is scheduled to complete. All right. Players using the PS4 version of Destiny 2 will be required to download all associated Destiny 2 required content before playing the Witch Queen. These can be downloaded by launch of Destiny 2 after the 4.0.0.1 patch is released. After the downloads have started, you can safely close the game, and the required content downloads will continue in the background during your maintenance downtime. The PS4 download of Destiny 2 and all required content will be large, but players will have a smaller installation size once the download is complete. This should help improve the download and install future PS4 patches. Okay. Last little bit here, we've got Exorcism. Earlier this week, the Exorcism final mission of Season of the Lost was released. We are continuing to investigate issues with completions of the Exorcism mission and encourage players who observe issues during the activity to report them to our help forum. Here are some updates from our investigation surrounding some of the issues. Progression can be blocked if moving too quickly on the bridge encounter. Double back if blocked. Don't skip the final cutscene. For the love of God, don't skip it. For some reason right now, there's a bug that if one person skips it, it skips it for everybody, so don't skip it. We have disabled the option to join this activity in progress via matchmaking. Wayfinder's Compass Rotation. We have updated the mod rotation of the Wayfinder's Compass inventory from the weekly rotation to a day rotation, to a 2-day rotation. Until the launch of the Witch Queen on February 22nd, the inventory will now rotate the following days, February 16th, 18th, and the 20th. And then last chance Bungie rewards, as we're taking extended downtime prior to the launch of the Witch Queen. Players looking to earn certain Bungie rewards should complete the associated in-game achievement before 7 p.m. PST. For a full list of affected rewards, please see the player support. The player support report on February 10th. All right, Twitch gift subs bounty rewards. On February 22nd, 2022, the Twitch gift sub bounty reward will be updated with the Witch Queen. Players who are looking to obtain the current I have no idea. Emblem should complete the Twitch sub gift bounty to claim their reward in-game before scheduled downtime on at 7 p.m. PST on the 21st. For more information regarding that, go to the help article. All right, weapon cycling, Year 4 content vaulting. So with the launch with the Witch Queen on February 22nd, certain activities, quests, destinations, items, and weapons from the past seasons and expansions will be available to access or become unavailable to access or earn. For a full list of vaulted, depreciated, or unearned content, please visit the player support report from February 3rd Twab. Known issues: the Hunter Tempest Strike melee shockwaves can't pass through doorways. The Hunter Virtuous Cloak appears rigid when worn. And then that's about the end of the TWAB here, folks. We've got movies of the week. We got the 30th anniversary weaponry trailer. We've got a JoJo's Destiny adventure opening here. And then, of course, we've got a little bit of art at the very, very end here. That is a very cool looking stag helmet you got right there. So, to finish this off, soon, I was just thinking the other day, many of us has been here for nearly 16 seasons of Destiny 2 content. And even more of that space magic goodness if you turn back the clock to the launch of Destiny 1. Even after so much time, the feeling of a Destiny release is like no other. The promise of new loot always drives some excitement, but it's the wonder and mystery of it all that truly resonates. Moments of discovery are potent. Sometimes it's easier to recite the first encounter with a crazy boss, or the moment a god roll dropped into your hands, than it is to remember the sibling's birthday. We're excited to hear about your upcoming journeys through the campaign. We're excited to watch you as you craft your first weapon. We can't wait to hear people scream in terror while attempting to revive a teammate during a legendary mission. Just a few more days left and we'll all be in your hands. Thank you for playing, and cheers for being one of the best communities on this planet. Much love, and see you Starside. DMG. All right, folks, so that's going to go ahead and wrap up the TWAB. Kind of a juicy one. Got a lot of stuff going on with Gambit. I'm excited to play the changes. Guys, if you like the content that you saw here, go ahead and drop a like and a subscribe if you wouldn't mind. That would be dope. It really helps the channel out. Also, we are live on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Saturdays, sometimes we do lore readings. Come on by the Twitch stream and watch this kind of stuff live. We're a pretty fun little group of guys that just kind of hang out. So other than that, guys, we'll catch you next time. Peace.